Thank you very much, Christian, for that introduction. And hello to everyone that is joining us live on this event. Very excited about it. And I hope that I'm able to share the story and the journey that we've taken here in Asian Terminals Incorporated. Just like Christian mentioned, I'd like to give you an overview of ATI in the Philippines. ATI Philippines is one of the most important port operators in the country. We have a wide, diverse of operations that span across the Philippines. We have a terminal in Manila, we have a terminal in Batangas, and we have many inland depots throughout that supports all of the logistics activities in the country. So one of the main purposes that we have here is creating and integrating logistics solutions for our customers. That's very important for us. As you can imagine, in island nation, there's a lot of domestic and international cargo, which we serve both. And one of our main concerns is how do we integrate a seamless solution to our customers with visibility throughout the entire process. And that's something that I believe Zodiac has been giving us the opportunity to leverage that and provide a better service for our customers in the Philippines. I'd like to give you a little bit of background on the challenges and how we came to the point where we needed to make a change with our terminal operating system in Batangas. In this picture, you can see this is our Batangas terminals. In the yellow is our container terminal. And in the red perimeter is our passenger, ro-ro, and general cargo terminal. So it's a very diverse operation, handling both international and domestic. And to begin with our container terminal in 2018, 2019, and for several years leading up to this point, we're experiencing a lot of growth, a lot of demand, which is great. Volumes were high, and the current operating system at the time was limiting us because it was on a version that was no longer going to be supported. It had limited optimization tools. And as you know, with a growing terminal, you have to rely more on technology, more on systems to be more efficient, to reduce your costs. We also made a big investment in 2018, 2019. We doubled our yard capacity. We doubled our berth capacity. We invested heavily in doubling our equipment fleet. So we needed a robust system that would be able to meet the demands that we're getting in our container terminal operations. And with the point that we are at is, do we continue with the same TOS at higher costs and paying extra and premiums for optimization tools? Or do we look at other providers for TOS? And that's exactly what we did. We considered Zodiac, and I'll share more of the benefits to our container operations in the next slide. Next, in our general cargo, ro-ro, and passenger terminal, prior to 2020, we were working manually. So as you can imagine, you have many processes that are manual, pen and paper, people on the ground, a lot of people deployed. And what happens inevitably, safety is a concern, productivity is a concern, efficiency is a concern. And we had customers knocking on our doors saying, we need data, we need information, especially what we've been going through the last year in the pandemic. They need more visibility on the discharge of their units. They need more visibility on where those cargoes are in the yard, real time. And unfortunately, we didn't have that. So again, we went out to the market and we knew that it was time to make an investment and to look at the best options for a general cargo terminal operating system. And of course, Zodiac was in the market. We considered them, and it was something that, again, what they offered and the implementation that they provided was exceptional. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about more now that we are using Zodiac in our container operations. We are using Zodiac GC in our general cargo and ro-ro operations. I'd like to share some of the benefits that we've seen firsthand. And going through an implementation, one is going to give you a lot of stress. Now you can imagine two within 2 years. So, but we had the full confidence from our experience in our container operations with Zodiac. And one of the things that I like to say is that, they were just not a provider. They're not just a technology company or a software provider. they were our partners throughout the entire journey. And some of the benefits that we saw was the ease of transition. So going through a current terminal operating system to Zodiac OPS 7 for containers, having an easy transition, no break in the operations, no delays, and having results quickly. With the implementation of Zodiac OPS in our container operations, we were quickly able to leverage the optimization tools that came already with the system without having to pay additionally. For example, we were able to quickly deploy truck pooling. And to give you an example, prior to having Zodiac at our terminal, we were deploying between 7 and 8 ITVs. After the implementations and looking at our yard strategy and using the optimization tools within the TOS, we were able to reduce the truck deployment per crane by 2 trucks. So right there was cost savings. There was less equipment out in the yard. And at the same time, we saw an increase in productivity, which was, of course, the best of both worlds. For our general cargo operation, again, we're going from a manual processes that were pen and paper, outdated information, a lot of incorrect data that was being collected, and we couldn't make decisions as a management to make better planning, to plan for future operations. So by being able to introduce automation, automating manual processes, introducing technology, handhelds, and a system and gate transactions, now we have visibility in our entire general cargo operations. And I'm talking to you about bulk cargo, big bag cargo, ro-ro discharge for vehicles, both domestic and international. So this was excellent. And we're able to use that information to improve the car carrier truck turnaround time. We're able to measure how efficient we were delivering the units. We were able to share real-time data with our customers, one of our largest customers that imports vehicles, to make better planning into the future. So they import vehicles from the international and then turn around and then distribute domestically. So by having this real-time information, we're able to leverage that and have more efficient operations, not only for the terminal, but also for the customer. And then finally, it's a cost-effective solution. It's light and it's the cost compared to other providers. It's very competitive. And of course, that's an important aspect when selecting a TOS. So now I'd like to, talk to you about the 3 points that I see that would be my recommendation in terms of Zodiac as a terminal operating system. It's definitely a proven product by industry experts. We're talking the same language from day one. We're able to get on the ground and see and provide solutions in a shorter time span. We had responsive and tailor-made solutions. This was true in our general cargo operations. So in our general cargo operations, we have internal systems, whether it's in finance or with government stakeholders. So a lot of these have to be customized and be tailor-made to our terminal, and then also tailor-made for our type of operations. And again, Zodiac was able to deliver. And then finally, I'd like to touch on the ability to automate manual processes and procedures. Again, if I highlight our general cargo operations and ro-ro operations, going from manual operations and translating all those manual processes into the terminal operating system seamlessly, and introducing automation, introducing technology and hardware that's going to make it more efficient, cost effective, and give us real-time data to make better management decisions. It was an excellent product and outcome for sure. So I think that's a resounding recommendation from our part and from our experience in Batangas. And I'm sure that these are same questions and concerns that you may have at your terminals. So with that, I'd like to say thank you. And like we say in the Philippines, maraming salamat po. Christian, I'll turn it over back to you.